What's up, everyone? It's Stefano Shea. Welcome to Under One Roof, episode 5. We are going to be discussing cultural codes, basically just masculinity in the modern era. What does it mean? What does it look like? And I am so happy to be able to welcome our special guest today, Malcom Marable, my dear brother, Malcom Marable. What's up? What's
Yes,
up?
sir. What's up? What's up? Happy to be here.
Welcome to the crib. You know, you've been here before.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, you sat on this couch before. We've had many a conversations. And I just wanted to bring Malcolm in for this episode because he is actually, funny enough, a cast in the Preference series that we've been talking about in other episodes. And for those who are just tuning in, Preference is a web series that I co-wrote, directed, and produced. And it talks about two men who are niggas, but one is straight and one is gay, and they just coincidentally become roommates and they learn how to cohabitate with one another. So Malcolm was brought into the cast in a very interesting way. But first, before we get into that, let's just get to know who Malcolm is, though. Malcolm, tell us who you are, what you do, where you from, all that good stuff.
Malcom Marable, born and raised Pasadena, California.
Mm-hmm.
Athlete, coach, trainer, motivational person, all of the above.
Yep.
Have a clothing line, and yeah, just from the city of Pasadena.
Yep.
Grew up here, branched out, went to Oregon State because of my talent on the football field and on the track.
Very much so.
Built my business at Oregon State. And then came back home and just try to do it all over again, bigger and better.
Mm-hmm. What's your business name called, Mister?
Just Too Nice.
Just Too Nice
Clothing.
Mm-hmm.
Our motto is to inspire our followers to live life confident.
Yes.
Yeah, so.
I love that. You've been holding on to that for so long, bro, and I commend you because sometimes when it don't feel like it's working, people shift. But you held on, and that's what it takes.
That is what it takes, and that's what somebody told me. One of my mentors was like, even when it's not jumping, just like keep going.
Yeah. So keep going, keep running that shit.
There you go.
I've had some support in that sense too. I've been getting hats from you. You know what I'm saying? We're doing all the things. It's a really good brand, y'all. So best that y'all look into it. He's on IG. Is it just number two nice?
J2N.
There we go.
J2N Clothing on Instagram and the website too.
Where did I get Mr. Too Nice from?
Mr. Just Too Nice is my actual.
Okay, that's why I was like, I want to call you Mr. Just Too Nice too, but nah,
you can. That's my actual Instagram name. Yeah.
But you know what, nigga, you ain't nice in the show. You know, you have in Preference. It's funny because when you came onto the show, your character was not Mr. Nice. It was Mr. fucking Macho Man.
Yeah.
You know. And I think that dynamic is important for us to tap into in this episode because that just happens in real life when it comes to just, you know, what people would consider heteronormals. And I don't fuck with that shit.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, me either. So
yeah,
it was fun to play that role and just tap into a whole nother person.
Yeah.
And really dive in and you know, just say the things that people say behind closed doors or, you know, or even to people's face.
Oh yeah,
you know,
So. I think that for sure people will say that shit to their face, and I think that's why it was like, let's just put it out there.
Yeah,
because there's some rude ass people out there, some rude ass niggas out there.
Yeah,
and so how do we even? So tell us how we even met. Do you remember?
I remember meeting you at McKinley Middle School. I was in the 7th grade. You were in the 8th grade.
Yes.
I don't remember how we met. I know I knew of you, and I know I used to always see you. I was like, Stefan hangs out with the girls, but he hangs out with like the cute girls, and I'm like, I need to figure out how to, you know,
use me.
No.
What is that you supposed to say?
No, it's like he hangs out with the girls. It's like, okay, he could put in a good word.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, obviously you're a cool person. It's not like I was forcing myself, but it was like, oh, okay, Stefan knows the girls, and it's like when you in the 7th grade. I can't speak for everybody, but I was a little shy. I was a little shy. So it's like, you got a homie that's already talking to them. You know, and I think you would tell me who thought I was cute, too. So that helped as well.
Oh, shit. Okay. That actually, I can't remember verbatim either, but that's a really important thing to just unwrap real quick. Is just in middle school, you accepting me for just who I was. And at the time, I know for sure I wasn't going around saying, "Hey, y'all, I'm gay," and I'm all this stuff. I was just being me. And I just so happened to always be used to being around girls, being that I have sisters. So those were the women that I attached to. So from that perspective, what did you think of me? What did you see of me? Do you remember and you could be honest, like.
Well, I mean, I remember I was like, if Stefan's doesn't know he's gay, he's gonna know one day.
And that was at 7th grade.
In the 7th grade, yeah, just because of it was just like how kind of how you talk, the movement. It was just little things, and it's like maybe because sometimes you'll be like, this guy's gay, but sometimes like no, he just raised by his grandma. That too. So it's like, but there was another guy at our school that was really like flamboyant.
Okay, yeah.
I don't remember his name.
If we're thinking about the same person, I think
he was like
Austin.
Yes. So
Austin.
It was clear.
Shout out to Austin.
Shout out to Austin.
I love Austin.
Yeah,
very much okay. Yeah. So when you let's get into it.
It was levels.
There was levels to it in your perspective.
Levels. Austin, for me, being a 7th grader, not experiencing much at the time. I was like 13. In my eyes, Austin, because I remember the first time I heard him talk, the teacher was taking roll.
Got it.
It's like, Malcom, here, and then here. He talks, and he said, he said it how he said it.
Okay.
And I'm like, I look like, oh wow.
Okay. So
I've never heard that before.
From a presenting man who a presenting man.
Yes, I've never heard that voice before. I'm 13 years old, and he's open with it. He's free. He's okay
Very
with himself.
much so.
And I'm like, okay, cool. Yep. He's like, he's gay and he's cool. So that was like the first kid I went to school with that was like openly gay.
Got you.
And then when I met you, I'm like, okay, he could either be gay or he could just be raised by his auntie. You know what I'm saying? Something like that.
Yep.
Easily take on the mannerisms of his mom, auntie, stuff like that. So I never like put that on you. I just was like, I looked at you as a person. He's cool. We saw each other in passing. We talked.
Yep.
And then you hung out with the girls. I always liked that. Like shit, I want to hang out with I want to hang out with the girls. So if I hang out with the girls, and then you would be like, yo, so and so thinks you cute. I'm like, okay, cool. We got an inside man.
Yeah. The inside man was just so crazy that's what you call it because I think in lack of better words, I was like the wingman. To my girlfriend sometimes. And it would be like, oh, because you're a boy, you can actually,
there you go.
And so, and I feel like that was one of those interesting buffers that I got to have where I was able to have these conversations with guys in a way that was, it was like my in. It was my in. It was like I was only able to talk to you guys because I had the girls. And that's how I felt growing up, because if it wasn't for them, there was nothing else for us to talk about or for us to be in conversations of. But for you and I, it was branched off of just because I knew the girls initially.
Honestly, I don't remember initially. I'm just trying to like think about the conversation that we did have that I remember. And it was about, this girl likes you. This girl thinks you cute.
Okay.
She wants to see you after school.
Okay.
It's like she wants to see you here after school.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It was like that. I'm like, okay, cool. Stefan is looking out. And that's when I was like, oh yeah, Stefan's cool.
Okay. And that was that. And then what you consider, first of all, what you considered more girly and more masculine was just based off what things?
For me, at that age, was just like, first of all, the voice.
Okay, the voice, like you said, yep.
And then just like movement. Like at PE, did they play? Did they sit with the girls?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yep.
Did they do?
Because I was for sure
did they
double dutching.
Dutch?
Not the same time, nigga. I was for sure double dutching.
No, for real.
And I was playing kickball too.
Man, yes, you were.
I liked both sports. I was all over the place, but I for sure wasn't in football.
That's what I'm saying, and that's the thing. It like certain sports was like, okay, he's not playing football, but he double dutching.
Right.
That's a clue.
Right. That's so true.
Right.
That's crazy thinking about football, because I know that there's this guy who I think his name is like either Byron Perkins or something. I forget his name. Don't quote me on this, but he's like the first out football player that attended HBCU. He came out a couple of years ago, and he's now celebrated for being an outwardly gay man. who plays for HBCU.
Okay.
Football as a football player, and so I almost wonder because I've asked Chris this before, and when we touched on this a little bit, we didn't go into specifics. But did you pick up on anybody on the football
Well,
teams that may or may not have, or
first of all, one of the players that I don't know if you tried to say his name or said it, but Michael Sam is like a famous.
okay, so he's another one then.
He's another one that actually got drafted. He was like the first one got drafted. They had the camera in his house. He kissed his boyfriend. Like the first
Okay.
openly gay, really good linebacker.
Okay.
Like really good linebacker.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
okay. Yes, take us back because that was way before this guy. Then this guy was
Yeah.
just the first at HBCU, which is big because of how
Yeah.
our culture in itself is so much more critical on us
Yes.
than anybody else, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I think that's why they highlighted him is because at HBCU and you like at the black of the blackest.
Yeah.
You coming out and doing this.
Yeah.
So
You
it was
gotta be
commendable,
recognized. Yeah.
right? But NFL wise,
Yeah, so I don't know where Michael Sam went. I just remember it was a big story because
Okay.
he was the first openly gay guy, and he was like, he was like linebacker is a very masculine position. You have to hit guys hard.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
no point intended.
And yeah,
Thank you.
exactly. Yeah, I think he played for the Rams.
Okay.
Yeah. So but yeah, so he was the first, and then but that's just like openly, like. I don't know the words. Would you call it flamboyant? What would you call that?
Yeah, I mean, you could call it flamboyant. What are you trying to describe? Like
Just
the
like
mannerisms?
like a little bit of feminine mannerisms.
Okay, yeah. A lot of people would like to call it flamboyancy. It's like the go-to word.
Okay.
But flamboyancy doesn't necessarily in my opinion, flamboyancy doesn't necessarily mean gay. It could just mean you're just very fluid with the way
Yes,
you move.
okay. And that's what I'm saying.
A lot of people would think that because you're as a man being fluid, moving in the way that women would move,
Yeah.
they consider that gay.
But that's what I mean though, because there's guys that like I have homies that literally grew up with just their auntie or their grandma, and they move like that. But I know he's not gay.
Okay.
So Michael Sam specifically was he gave those mannerisms, but he was openly gay.
Got you. Got you.
So,
Okay.
But as far as on my football team,
Yes. Did you run into anybody that you were just like,
but it's just like we talked about earlier. It came from the girls.
oh,
Like a girl that I had been with was like, "Yo, he asked me to do something that was weird." And
Really?
and you should know this. And then you start looking at them different, like, "Oh, I know something about you," So it's like it's a lot of
that's crazy.
it's a lot of undercover stuff. It's,
Okay.
On the football team, like you said, on the football team, it's like it's one of the most. It's like a gladiator sport. It's a man's sport. It's a man's game.
Okay.
You're literally running into each other. You got to be a dog. You got to be vicious. You got to be aggressive.
Yeah.
So if you have any flamboyant mannerisms, you kind of got to put those away.
Got you. And it kind of, and I think that, do you believe that because there is that stigma or there's that rule, quote unquote, that some men who actually might be into other men don't say anything or like don't branch into it because of just it could be being judged, maybe
Judgment,
scrutinizing,
caring
maybe
about other people's opinion. I
yeah.
think that's the biggest thing. Like why people don't do majority of the things. Like not even just coming out. It's like why people don't start businesses, whatever, because you care about somebody else's opinion.
Got you. And that can really like change a lot of your movement, and I think that, I was asking you this because the only time I've ever been on the inside of a full all male team environment is when I ran track at Muir. And I talked about this earlier too, but I was just like, even then I felt like I was part of the team, but then I wasn't because I wasn't really hanging out with them outside of that.
Yeah.
It wasn't like we formed a team and I was like, okay, cool, I'm hanging out with them at lunch and like we doing all this stuff together. It's like I ran track. I was good enough to make it to like the relay teams and I just stayed there. But it was an end for me because I hadn't been doing that in the first place. I think I started doing track in like my sophomore or junior year of high school.
Yeah.
And then that's when I started doing more like musicals and stuff like that. So like I didn't really know how to quote unquote fit in with guys. And I was trying to by way of like, well, really I joined track because I was trying to stay fit and keep my body together and sweat all my pores and just look good and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look
yeah.
good. So, but I was like, but then I could also like be around some niggas. So this is cool. So I think that was just my only way in. So it's good to hear from a different perspective from someone who actually grew up and in that field, and see what that is, because the term what you use undercover, but the big term is down low.
Oh, down low, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The big term is down low, and I feel like that's where that culture or that that community is birthed from.
Yeah.
You know, being down low is from a lot of the areas and environments where you can be out loud about how you really feel and what you want to do. And so you keep it undercover, as you would say, or keep it on the down low so that way you can be accepted.
Yeah.
And I think that that's just, it's always going to be an ongoing conversation. I am proud of those that like actually like you said, Michael Sam's, and the other guy I was talking about, his name is Byron. It is Byron Perkins. I had to look it up. Byron Perkins. He played for, I don't know what HBCU, but he pretty much was a defense. He was a standout defense back at Hampton University.
Okay.
And he came out and it was huge. But at the same time, if you see him, you wouldn't even think. So that's the other thing is like what does that feel like for you when you find out? Because I know you talked about like you hear from girls and then you hear the story and you'll let that run and then it makes you see them in a different way.
You do.
But initially, because the DL ones are the hardest ones to ever point out.
Yeah.
So once you do find out, are there things that you're like, I didn't catch that before, but now I catch it?
Yeah, because now you're looking for him.
See, so you're looking.
Now you're like, now he grab a cup. You're like, oh, that was gay. The way he grabbed that cup was gay. I saw that.
That is so ridiculous. But that's just the way that and we're talking about this because no one's talking about this stuff out loud.
Yeah.
People just let it just like growing up. I'll never forget my dad and my family would use the word, oh, he's just special. And so when I asked my
bro, special is crazy. You know what that means? Oh my gosh, that's definitely like some black.
That's some black old school shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I brought it back up to him. And I was just like, Dad, so what did you guys call? What was that term that you guys used? And he was like, yeah, we would just say you were special. I said, that's what you were meaning to say? Like, I remember them saying special, and I just didn't think they were talking about me and the way that I was. Yeah. Like, I was special because, they call me Fun for crying out loud. My nickname was Fun because I was so full of energy, so full of personality. I love entertaining people and stuff like that. But there was just that flair to me that a lot of people were just, them growing up, he's just special. So I almost wonder, where that... I always was curious on like what that looked like for someone else who doesn't have that flair to them, but still have those feelings for the same sex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever had conversations with anybody that like was on a down low or like?
No, because it's like they're on a down low, so they don't want to. I mean, I've never been.
Now that you know of, at least.
Yeah. I've never had a homie that was that close. Like, first of all, my circle is kind of small because everyone's not on what I'm on. Everyone doesn't do the things I'm doing. So I never had a huge circle. I don't have a group text or, I don't have 7 homies. You know what I'm saying? I got like 1 or 2 that's tight knit. So on the football team, we're family, but we not close like that.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? We family and we're going to go through everything that we need to go through together.
Okay.
But we not that close to be like you're on the down low and you want to tell me. Because when you're on the down low, you're on the down low for a reason. You don't want nobody to know.
You don't want nobody to know.
And maybe only a few people know, and that's somebody you feel like you can trust.
Yeah.
So it's like, no, I've never talked to nobody on the down low. After they've been revealed to me, I picked up a few things.
Okay.
But
how often has that happened to you where like you found out type shit?
It happened. Happened twice.
Okay, happened twice. Okay.
And then after college is over, some of the same girls from the school, and they might tell you about this incident or this guy. But while I was there, it was 2 times, and one person I just like, mind you, I don't treat them any differently. I'm just like, okay, now I know something that you've been hiding. So when you try to put on this facade of like, no, I'm like, it's like, don't do that because I know something.
Okay.
But do it.
Okay.
But don't do it. You know what I'm saying?
You do it, but don't do it to me.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
I'll tell you.
I feel that. So at the end of the day, you're just like, just be straight up.
Be yourself. You know, be yourself. Because the problem is, it's like, okay, you could be on the down low, but don't be trying to act all hard.
Okay.
You know, be regular. Whatever regular is. You know,
right.
Don't try to be all hard to like, you know, overcompensate for your feelings, your true feelings. Don't try to make us all think you, because the problem is when we finally find out, it's gonna be a bigger shock because we're like, damn, so and so, the one that beat up everybody.
Yeah,
it's like you were beating up everybody because you was mad.
You was mad, and that is 100% one of the reasons why when I come across homophobic niggas, the first thing I ever think of is, okay, you're hiding something. That's one of the main things as a gaydar thing for me. Yeah. And this is one of the other things that like I talk to my girlfriends about. I'm like, if your man does not fuck with me, you better beware of everything else after that with him. If you want to continue fucking with him. Yeah. I tell this I've talked about this all the time. I'm like, I can be a buffer. I could be that person that's like, if this man does not fuck with me, then it's not gonna work. And I hate to make it sound like that. Yeah. But because if they don't fuck with me, there's so much more to them.
Like if they don't fuck with you specifically because
I'm gay. Thank you. Yes. If they don't fuck with me specifically because I'm gay, because there are niggas who are just like almost like super uncomfortable with that. Yeah. And I've been trying to understand, because there's one thing to be like, I'm gay and then I'm doing all these things to like hit on you, or I'm doing all these things to make you feel uncomfortable, to give you a reason to be like, I don't fuck with that, I don't fuck with none of y'all, blah 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 blah. Yeah. But if I'm just being myself and I'm just comfortable being myself and you are rubbed off the wrong way with that, there's something deeper there.
Yeah. There's definitely an issue. And also knowing you, I'm 33 now. Like when I was 13, I've only experienced a couple of gay guys. Okay. Now I'm 33, like we have social media, we watch movies, it's on commercials. So you can see the different levels of gay guys. And then, you know, I say that to say, like, you've never come off as like, what they call like flaming, like you know, really gay, really loud, really extra. Okay. Like even some of my homies that I introduced to you, they'll be like, bro, he's gay. Cause you know how you do. I don't even know if you notice this, but you'll shake somebody's hand like very stern, and you'll kind of like, you know, approach very like masculine. And I don't know if you do that because you don't want everybody to know, or you just have this like persona of when I first meet somebody, this is how I have to approach them. But none of my homies that have met you have thought you was gay off introduction. None of them. Wow. So if someone is uncomfortable with you, it's weird, because like they would have to be told that you're gay. They can't just see it, you know, unless they, you know,
unless I'm wearing something
they
that's
saw
just
you
like,
on, I don't know if it was Halloween. What the fuck? If they saw you in a turkey costume with the ass cut out on Halloween, then they would know.
Or they would see me in my in my Chippendale outfit. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? No, I thought that was so funny. There was one time I was doing this. Remember my cooking show I was doing? Yes, the cooking style with Steph? I would never forget the nigga that you said to me when you were just like, it would be funny as shit if you actually took this step further and was just naked with your apron on, bro. That shit would go crazy. And I was just like,
Because I knew that's how you be thinking. I'm like, he might turn this into the OnlyFans. So I know how you are. I be just saying shit that you already thinking. Like, go ahead and do it.
Go ahead and do it. Yeah. You gonna make that shit funny. No, but I think that's an interesting observation, bro. Because I feel like where I get my mannerisms from, everything that I am and that I do, it's my environment. Yeah. So with me being strictly around the hetero community all my life, I feel like I picked up on those things that is what you describe as like, you know, very I guess masculine presenting, and because of those things that I had to be around all my life. Like if I was around my female friends, they was around niggas, or they was around straight dudes. Like I just picked up on that. Like, what's up, yo? Like, you know, clap, you know, giving handshakes and stuff like that. Like I just feel like that was just a part of the normalcy of things. If I grew up with a predominantly gay community, You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then I feel like that would literally take me to another way of interactions and stuff like
Yeah.
that, because I would have picked up on that, and that's just all I've grown with. And there are gay dudes out there that are just in those environments, and then they are a product of their environment.
Yeah.
And so, not that I'm saying either is right or wrong.
Yeah.
It's just really just environmental.
No, for sure. And also, like, where we are now in the world is more acceptance around it. It's more
Versus where we were
it's
before.
more being celebrated. So it's now it's like I can be who I am. I
Yeah.
don't have to kind of like hide it. I can kind
Yeah.
of just like, you know,
Yep.
be whatever I want to be, or whatever I feel is my true self.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons why I had to write in Bryce's character into preference is because I've had experience with very toxic men that are just totally like, they are totally off the shore of being, like, I don't even know how to put it in like a nice way, but
It's not a nice
there
way.
is no way, it's not a nice way to put it. They're just totally not, they don't fuck with that shit. And even saying it like that, I had to make sure that we put that out there in the show, so that way they can see themselves and be like, you know, because if anybody sees the way that you were acting in the show, you guys seriously got to see one of the episodes from season 1, because when I was writing Malcolm's character, Bryce, I was like, this guy has to literally be, you know, don't give a fuck about what he says. You know, he has to be loose in the mouth. He has to be super just macho man type. And Malcolm killed that shit. Like, it was just very stern, didn't give no fucks about what he said, how he said it. And it was just great, because those are the type of energies that would sell the role.
Yeah.
And you have to feel uncomfortable watching it, where it's just
Yeah.
like, damn, does he not care about what the fuck he's saying out loud right now? No, you don't.
What I do in my morning routine is my business, no one else. But this ain't about me, nigga. This is about Ryan. You need to get your ass to that gay nigga house before he makes you his bottom bitch.
It's not that easy, Bryce. Okay, you guys don't know everything that's going on.
That's true. Maybe it's not meant to be, bro.
Nah, fuck that. You need to walk back into your apartment, tell your girl, I'm Big Daddy, this is my place. If anybody leaving, you leaving.
And that's all that testosterone, that's all those things. I'm just hoping that when anybody watches that and don't realize the way they think and how they're acting looks a certain way, I'm just hoping that reflection is like, okay, maybe I should calm down a little bit, or actually take the time to learn how to be respectful.
Yeah.
How do you feel like you learned a lot during that time when you were shooting that and playing that role and stuff?
For sure, just because of the different characters that was on the show.
Yeah.
You were able to learn about, you know, what this type of guy goes through, or what this type of person goes through, and how we would all be able to get along and talk and share stories. But also just like I was able to embody the role because, you know, I've been in locker rooms. I know locker room talk. You know, I know I've had friends, you know, growing up like that. But also these guys took on other people's opinions. You know,
Right.
And I want to say it's just
Right.
in the. I mean, we're black, so we want to think it's just in the black community, but it's not. It's like
Oh yeah.
it's in every community,
It
and
is.
and like being gay was frowned upon at one point. It still,
Yeah.
kind of, you know, still.
Yep.
So it's just like you care about other people's opinions so much that you don't want to be that. So you
Yeah.
kind of start saying like, yeah, F them too, or I never, you know, you start saying these things, and then it becomes just a part of you, and then all of a sudden, you know, that's who you are, and or somebody got you on video saying that, and you don't really feel that way, you know. So it's just one of those things where one thing goes too far,
Yeah.
you know, it
Yeah.
just goes too far, and then you know, and now you done hurt somebody's feelings, but you never even really felt like that.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. And it's interesting when we actually compare you being a straight black man and me being a gay black male, right? And in our communities, because even within our own community, sometimes we don't even feel the respect or the love sometimes.
Yeah.
And because there's like an intimidation factor, like I'm not sure if you could speak on this in any way, shape, or form, but like I know for me, like I had a very slow time getting friends who are gay because, well, one, I just wasn't around the gay community like that. But once I was, I experienced many different mediums or variations of gay men or gay people. There were some rude ass gay ass niggas, and then there was some really polite. My best friend Devry, shout out to Devry, like accepted me from the start, and we both at first he didn't like. Actually, I'll take that back. He didn't like my ass at first. He felt like I was too bougie coming from Pasadena and shit. And then he got to know who I was. And he was like, "Oh, you're not like one of them LA people." And I was like, "What does that even mean?" Yeah. And so we got to really grow and cultivate a relationship that we have to this day. Yeah. But then during that process, during that time when I was going to gay clubs and doing all this other stuff, there was some like just rude ass gay niggas, and I'm just like, why? What is that? Like, why do you have to feel like? I think that I don't know if there's just a competition factor. There's just an insecurity thing. At the time, I had to like really cycle through that. Like, I'm sticking to my crowd, the people that I know that I grew up with, because I don't want to have to go through this. But you know, there was one time some dude walked up to me, took his finger on my face, and was just like, paint. And it was just like
a black thing?
Yeah, it was like another black dude.
Oh, he was black though.
He was black though, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like a racist thing, like.
No. Okay. Paint is like if you're wearing makeup.
Oh.
And it's just like, regardless if I was or not wearing makeup, who are you to come and put your nasty ass finger on my face?
Catch these hands.
I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm not confrontational at all, Malcolm. You already know me. It's like, it's all peace and love here before anything. I'm considering Malcolm. I mean, look, I'm about to say Malcolm X. I'm more like Martin Luther King when it comes to conflict.
I'm more like Malcolm X. By any means. No, look, I was literally named after Malcolm X.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, my name is Malcolm.
I was gonna say no point intended, but you were really.
Bro, my full name is Malcolm Lewis King Marble. So Malcolm X, Louis Farrakhan, Martin Luther King.
Wow.
That's like my full name.
Your mom was hella intentional. I love that.
Yeah, my dad.
Oh, your dad named you.
My dad named me.
Okay,
my dad
was
into
my bad.
Like civil rights, black leaders.
That's what's up.
He wanted my name to be Booker T. My mom said no. so shout out to my mom. She said she would call my baby Booger. As she said. She told me that. I'm like, thank you for stepping in. God damn.
Oh shit. That is funny as shit. I can't imagine me calling you, what's up, Booger? I mean,
Booker.
Oh, Booker. Excuse me.
Booker T. Washington.
Booker T. Washington. Yeah. Well, Booger would have been.
But that would have been like the joke.
Yeah.
So
that's funny. But yeah. So I don't know. Are there intimidation within? Well, actually, take this back to why you only have two or three friends who are men. Like, do you feel like?
I feel it's friends is about, like, for me, it's a genuine connection.
Okay.
You know, friends is about people being on the same thing that I'm on.
Yep.
I have to be able to do what I do with you. You know what I'm saying? And what I do is I don't drink, I don't smoke, I work out.
Okay.
A lot of people aren't on that type of time. You know what I'm saying? I got to be able to talk to you about real stuff. Yeah. And we got to be able to shoot the shits and bullshit. Yeah. You know, and a lot of people ain't able to talk about the real stuff. Most people don't know themselves like that. That's why we have this issue that we have right now, people caring about other people's opinion. I was able to be friends with you in the 7th grade because I've always known myself. I've been okay with myself.
That's so true.
And I didn't care about nobody's opinion. No one can say, oh, Malcolm's hanging out with Stephon. I don't give a damn. Yeah. He hooked me up with so-and-so. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like,
and then some. Because we've able to develop so much more after that, bro. Like, you know, even working together, helping out with your company, like doing stuff for the community. Like, we've done so many things together.
Once we reconnected as grown men,
yes,
it was just like, okay, he has value, I have value. Let's put it together and let's see what we can create. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think life is about creativity, you know, and collaboration. I should be able to collaborate with you if I like what you bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't be about, well, he's gay or he's a different nationality. It's like, yo, we put on this earth to make things for the next generation. You know what I'm saying? Other people be worried about shit that don't matter.
Right.
Or you care about somebody's opinion that you're not even going to see in a year.
Bruh.
Like, all those kids that we went to school with, a lot of them I haven't even seen again.
Bruh.
Why would I care what you're saying?
I have literally seen people who follow me now and ask me about certain things that I wear or certain things that I do who have teased me before.
Now they're a fan.
And now I hate to say it. I hate to put it that way. But, you know, they're to seek advice. And then I have to practice being mature with myself and bigger with myself and not let any of those trigger things and be like, well, nigga, now you want to talk to me after how you treated me? I have to, like, now learn how I've had to. Thankfully, it's not like a hard transition for me to make because I'm genuinely just I'm a light. And I just feel like when everybody reaches that point in their life, you just give them grace. But I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes in the back of my mind, I'm like, I will not forget how you hit me upside the head just because you thought you could do that. You know what I'm saying? But now you asking me, and you was picking on me, but now like you want help getting picked up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so I think that's so interesting when like the dynamic you just brought up now is like getting that respect now in a time where they wasn't getting before because of how day and age has changed. We're seeing same sex, relationships and stuff like that happening on primetime television now.
Yeah, and you're seeing people are being successful being themselves.
Yes.
Before they're like, make you think somebody gay not going to be successful, or somebody this ain't going to be successful, or somebody whatever is not going to be successful. You're seeing people be successful being themselves.
Yep.
So it's like, oh shit, I can't make fun of them. They making money, or or they're living their life, or they're just happy.
Right.
They're just happy.
Right. Yep.
And I'm not. I'm not happy. Let me ask him, how is he so happy still?
Oh my gosh. Okay, cool. So I love that we can tap into this, Malcolm. I think this is the reason why I have this podcast. I don't think there's enough conversations or comfortable conversations with dudes who are having these open conversations, who are comfortable with themselves enough to come in, shed light to something that's so important in our community that can literally bridge us in a way that is not being done and that hasn't been practiced. And shout out to those who are doing it, and I'm just here to bring that awareness out loud to the forefront. I'm like, it is happening, y'all. It exists. You can have a good friend, a best friend, a roommate, who looks just like you, who may have a different outlook on life, you know what I'm saying, and have a different lifestyle and stuff. And if we can coexist, we can work together, we can do businesses, you know what I'm saying, we can make money, you know what I'm saying, we can learn a lot about each other. What's one thing you learned about me real quick that you picked up on personally? You're like, okay, if I'll be doing that shit, I'm not mad at that. I'm gonna do that shit too. Is there anything
like something that
something that
like
you weren't doing before?
Yeah,
maybe something that inspired you.
Just the way you carry yourself. I'm like, Stefan, he cares about his aesthetics. Very, very clean. Nails always clean. And that's something. I mean, I've always cared about my cleanliness because my mom made us. She was like big on all that type of stuff. But when you see somebody else, and you're like, oh, I like that, so it's just like, okay, let me make sure that I embody that, so that people looking at me can be like, oh, I like that. So.
Got you. Okay. And the same thing for me, for you, bro. I feel like your ability and your strength is something that I really, really taken as a like inspiration, because there are many dark-skinned guys in our, and that's the big thing too. Colorism is a big thing too. And we could talk about that another time, but like seeing another dark-skinned man, carry himself and carry yourself in the way where you are making business for yourself. The way you take care of your mom is super, super inspiring. I love seeing when you post her, when you're taking her out, you make it intentional about making sure like, I'm putting my mom first. So those things are stuff that I aspire to do, because I have my mom too. My mom is such an open, caring, and loving person. And I want to be able to make time to just give her that same attention that you do with your mom. So super, super important. And being that you are, it doesn't matter if you're straight or gay, you're a straight man, I feel like I could do that too. Just what my dynamic is like, my mom had to get through past that threshold of like, okay, my son is gay, let me get through that. I'm glad we did that years ago. So now I can, and I do in many different ways, shower her with things to praise her and make her feel like the queen that she is, just like you do for your mom.
That's dope, bro. Because like, I didn't know. People always tell me, oh, I love your mom. And I'm like, I post her a lot. And then you saying that right now, I'm like, damn. Like, I really love my mom, bro. Like, my mom, I always tell her, like she saved my life. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, a lot of the good qualities that I have came from my mom. So now that I'm in a position to give back to her and treat her well like she treated me, I do that. Okay. And she's a sweet lady, bro.
Yeah, she really is.
She's easy to be around. Like she can come with us. anywhere. Like most people, they can't hang out with their mom. You know, it's just like your mom either. You know, I don't know the dynamic, but with me and my mom, she could just chill with us.
Yeah.
You know, like she could be right here just chilling.
Yeah,
you know,
she can. I saw her at the pop-up shop when I came down one time, and she was just hella cool.
Just chilling.
And my mom was the same way. My mom will come to my events. I want to come, fun. I want to come. I'm like, okay, cool, of course, my mom. And they just like to see us in action.
Bro, exactly.
They like to see us in our element, and I think that's so cool. Man. And the fact that you just said that you were would you say you were primarily raised by your mom, or would you say you were both?
Well, my parents were together until the age of like 5. And then they split up, and then I went to live with my dad until like 9th grade.
Okay,
and
got
then
it.
I lived with my mom from 9th grade until college.
Got you.
But
that's a lot of time for formative years.
So when I
too.
met you, I was living with my dad, and but living with my dad, we had friction. You know what I'm saying? Oh. So my mom was like always that spiritual voice in my ear to like keep me calm, keep me controlled, keep me, you know, all the things that she always say just like is in my ear. And then when she allowed me to come live with her, I was just like, Mom, you don't know, like you saved my life. So anytime I can take her out to dinner or give her money for this or whatever, it's like I want to make life like heaven on earth for her, because she did that for me. You know, she saved me. So it's like, yo, when you see my mom on the gram from now on, you know why.
You know? I respect that too, Malcolm. And just shout out to all the moms out there who got sons that take care of them, because I know that's not easy. And just shout out to those who raised them right. Because we are raised right, bro. We're raised to respect people for who they are, love them, and connect with them, collaborate with them any way that we can to just like shape the world, you know? So I appreciate you for coming to the crib, bro.
Oh, man.
Coming on under one roof and just sharing your wisdom. It's not going to be it's not going to be the last time that you're going to be with us, right? You're going to come back again?
Bro, like, I really enjoyed this.
Okay, dope. Dope. I appreciate you being here, man. And I appreciate everybody for watching. These are these conversations that we need to have out in the world. And I'm happy to just bring it here to this level, because I'm sure that we could just do some really, really good with breaking down those barriers of why we don't have these conversations. So let's just start. And catch us again. This is Stefano Shea watching Under One Roof. This is my boy Malcolm. And come back and watch another episode with us when you can, okay? Peace.